you, Ahmed.
Pizza.
David,
Oh, man.
we're on the internet.
Hello, to Family RPG. I'm David Leonard, your referee.
Cheap person.
We need to get him a whistle.
No.
No. He's abused
For
that.
Cepheus Deluxe.
No.
Yes.
No whistle for you. Sorry, referee.
Yeah.
That came up in the stream though. I'll reload that up. See.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what's
Did
going
I
on.
not get
That's
it?
great.
No, now this is live. Now this is live.
All right.
Okay. Sorry, this is okay.
We'll do it live.
Yes, I hope so. But we'll stay alive.
Do you?
Yes, thank you very much, by the way, for that path through the ice wall.
Yeah.
So,
Anyways.
For a
anywho.
second, I forgot about the ice wall down there, and I was thinking about the game. I was like, what ice wall? We didn't encounter an ice wall.
That one was
Curious
nice.
somebody knows. You are now.
Okay.
All right. Are we starting with Captain's Log?
Captain's log. There is,
Captain's log.
0 points.
Yes, and one to share.
I wanted to share.
Captain's log. Checkmate. 24-354. The crew of the Normandy did some runs back and forth between Luna and Deimos, the cities of A Moon. They transferred medical supplies while I recovered from being shot by a laser cannon. Speedy flew us over and just barely made it. Back to Luna now. Kiki searches for medical supplies to purchase. Stryker goes to a bar to arm wrestle an android. Though it was a valiant fight, they lasted an hour. The android won the day, buying everyone drinks with the winnings. Back to Kiki, she buys 6 med kits at 150 credits each. There discussion and confusion about the fuel of the ship. I finally got out of bed and got cleaned up to go for a walk. I found
About time.
I got shot in the chest by a laser cannon! Somehow I survived!
Only by my quick thinking.
I find a paper boy, which exists in this moon, handing out the Lodestar Bulletin. The front article of it is from a hairy watchdog who claims that Darkseid, which is the company that owns this moon, is secretly being run by an AI in the mountains. He's paying out 5,000 credits to get him out there. After arguing whether or not a conspiracy news is in and of itself also a conspiracy, Stryker, Percy, Vlad, and I go to the Lodestar Bulletin building. I found a dozen writers working. They laughed us to the basement where they keep the watchdog. Stryker killed a rat. We found Harry, and he proves that he does have the money. Percy takes a quarter of it in advance. Vlad nearly crashes the truck on the way back, but Harry grabs the wheel and says, never having been behind the wheel before, saves it. Harry's very excited about all the weapons we have. Kiki has a private conversation with me asking for me to reconsider having this guy on the ship and not making Darkseid angry, especially if Harry is right. This is in the med bay with soundproof walls so that you can't hear his screams during surgery.
Interesting detail to add.
I mean, we made the point of it in the, you know,
It's
when
true,
it happened.
but I
So.
mean, I can't even do surgery, so
Yeah.
You can certainly try.
I certainly can try.
Cut off the arm and
spirit.
apply a...
Speedy nearly crashes the ship, but had a heroic moment to not crash. Stryker strokes her emotional support laser. Harry offers us tinfoil hats, of which only Stryker takes. Kiki uses our state-of-the-art computers, they're not state-of-the-art, to scan the area of the mountain we approach. She detects a false wall. Speedy lands the ship where Harry claims that there should be a panel to access to get in. After we exit, Stryker tries to touch the rock, but her hand goes through it. She moves down until she touches the actual rock. Then she makes a carving saying, I was here. Assuming that anybody would know that it was Stryker writing that. Yes, of course. Yeah. I believe Kiki then tried to detect life, but found none beyond the wall. She did find a panel that controlled the camouflage hologram so that we could then see the wall and door. We argue about how to storm the castle. Stryker knocks loudly. We then hear her transmitted to us to leave or we will die. Harry comes out in a fully tinfoil covered spacesuit. He and Stryker don't hear the messages. Vlad fails to intimidate Harry to give this up. Percy convinces him that we have technically completed our part of the contract and that we should be paid in full. He does so, and we rush back to the ship. As we look back, 2 laser turrets come out and start shooting at Harry, but it's reflected by the tinfoil. He stands there, seemingly immune to the lasers, trying to break in. We record it on the ship's camera. We sell it to the bulletin for 500 credits. Kiki says she wants to be reminded at this point to point out to me that it was a bad idea. But Vlad points out that 1, none of us got shot. 2, there's 5,000 credits for an escort mission. And 3, we get a laugh about it afterwards. And 4, Stryker killed a rat. You didn't make the point, but fair may be added. Before leaving, we try to find some individual suppliers to buy cargo and sell elsewhere. We find a supplier for 15 tons of basic machine parts at 90% cost. Though Kiki found the supplier, I fronted the credits to make the purchase. There was then long talks about how the profits should be divided. I was still recovering from my painkillers, so I didn't have any input for what was happening. I failed to find a supplier myself, so I didn't get buy anything on my own. We decided to go to Speedway and hadn't left yet.
Alright, so 1 point to Tight Pants and 1 to Share.
Who's Cher? Anyway.
A singer.
How do
You ain't get my log?
What is your log?
I'll give my point to Speedy, again for the same reason as Matt did. We don't want to crash.
Then
Thug's
that's,
log.
is that the hero
Yeah.
points?
Your point, yeah.
Thug's log? I
Yeah.
don't have a position.
Not Thug's Life.
No, Thug's log.
Log.
I
Security.
don't keep track of the time at all either, so.
Okay.
I had no one to punch while they moved medical supplies. I'm bored. Maybe I'll start a fight. I lost 100 credits arm wrestling the android. I held out for a bit, but come on, android arms, they don't get tired. I might have started up a fight with him, but he bought me a drink, so, moving on. The medic seems to be stocking up on kits. Please let this mean we're about to do something fun. Captain brought a newspaper and it said that they'd pay us $5,000 for an adventure, so I don't know. We went to Paper Place's basement, whatever this building is. I found a rat to kill. His name was Billy. Guess we're breaking in somewhere. Don't care why, but maybe I'll get a fight finally. I got this awesome tinfoil hat. I got to carve I was here in the rock. Kind of like this little psycho dog. I knocked, but nobody answered. But my whole crew seemed to mass hallucinate that someone was talking to them. And then Harry Dog stayed behind with lasers, and that couldn't hurt him. Gonna miss that guy. Back to boring job of having to haul junk.
She gets a hero point for personality.
It was definitely in character.
Mm-hmm.
And mine was detailed, sure, but
Yeah. Fine. 1 hero point, but not 1 to Share.
I'm okay with that.
Do you want-
Arguably, hers was
Do
the
you
better.
want more logs, even
Well,
though
our purser isn't here, which is probably the more important.
he is the more important?
Yes.
But technically, I'm carrying 2 jobs, so I kept logs in
Okay.
case you want them.
I don't.
I'm sure you don't. But
Does
I do
Stream
make fun
want
of
them?
Captain Tight Pants a lot. So.
Okay, go ahead, Dave.
Don't need him. Wait a minute.
Okay. However,
Come
I
on.
wrote mine for the checkmate date 24.347 because technically we haven't left a moon yet.
Mhm.
So that is when mine is dated. Okay, so medical log, acting medic Harry Emerson, checkmate 24.347. In the absence of a fully trained medic on board, I have been tasked with medical duties. Since I only have first aid training, I will need to pursue more medical training to adequately serve in this capacity. Fortunately, my skills were enough to stop Captain Tight Pants from bleeding out. Medical facilities in Deimos were sufficient, and Captain Tight Pants has made a full recovery. I released him from bed rest today, resuming normal duties. Considering the type of job opportunities Captain Tight Pants has so far pursued, I may recommend a full psychological evaluation in the future. While in Luna, I purchased 6 med kits for 150 credits each. I learned that the population and supplies are split evenly between Deimos and Luna, so was unable to negotiate a better price. Sensor operator log, Kiki Emerson, checkmate 24.347. Against sound advice, Captain Tightpants ordered the ship to A-Moon's larger mountain, following the ravings of a known conspiracy theorist, Harry Watchdog. Scans of the mountain indicated a thick metal wall behind the rock face. Physical inspection revealed a holographic rock face. The hologram was easily dismantled, however the security system activated and laser guns were pointed at the crew. Captain Tightpants made the smartest decision to date to retreat, leaving Harry. As we retreated, scans were set to record. Interestingly, Harry's homemade aluminum suit deflected the lasers, resulting in a comical display. The recording was sold to Harry's newspaper for 500 credits. And then I have my personal log. Kiki Emerson, checkmate 24.347. Finally pleased to note that Captain Tightpants has decided to pursue a more sound, economical route in transporting goods. Our next destination is Planet Speedway. I was able to negotiate the sale of 15 tons of machine parts for 900 credits each. This should sell well on Speedway.
All right, 1 point for Kiki and 1 to share, but not Tight Pants.
All right. I will go ahead and give it to you because,
Don't want to crash.
We don't want
we
to
don't
crash.
want to crash. Yeah,
That seems to happen.
that's probably
Potentially.
going in my next log.
Our jump to Speedway failed.
Serious
This is my
Delta.
last log, signing out.
I have
Want me to go
decided.
next?
Can I have water?
I have decided to pursue other economical opportunities.
Pilot log for the next one.
Sure.
All right.
Half the session's going to be logs of the previous one. Go ahead.
It's not very long at all. Pilots don't do very much.
Oh, no.
Well, you might this time.
Yeah, correct. Pilot job from session 2. Pilot log. We navigated starting out from Deimos to Luna. Safely got there to deliver the goods. We're at Luna now. I found out though that we had filled fuel before coming to Luna. That was an important note to find out because we couldn't get there otherwise. I stayed behind with the ship with Kiki while the other 4 drove to the newspaper across the city. The next flying job I had was flying the crew 2,000 kilometers northeast to a mountain. And when I got there, I hovered by a mountain. Next, I land safely next to a secret base. Next thing I wrote down was we took off as Crazy Man Harry gets shot at by lasers. I fly us back to the newspaper to sell the video that Kiki wanted to sell for the 500. Was it 500?
500 is what
Yeah.
was offered.
Sell the video, fly to the newspaper of the crazy man being shot at. Captain buys machine parts from Luna on a moon for 13,500, which was 90% of the 15 tons.
I thought that was you that did that.
She found the buyer. I
Oh.
found the money.
Yeah,
Okay.
he funded
And-
the money. I got the price
gotcha.
negotiation.
And we will try to sell those parts on Speedway, and we're about to head there.
All right. So, ready to go to Speedway?
Do I get
Go.
my hero point?
You've already gotten 2 shared hero points.
That's very true.
Yes,
but I want a
and-
third one.
You get 1 to share, but not to Tight Pants.
Oh, that's amazing.
I'll give one to Kyle's character.
There's
Cool.
Vlad. To Vlad. All right, so you have to kind of keep track of
The money expenditures, yep.
yeah, which
And the
includes
pricing and all that stuff.
Alright, so we're taking off to head to Speedway, correct?
yes.
Alright.
Okay, so
Vroom,
for
vroom.
interstellar jump procedure.
Wow.
Yes,
Wow.
there are steps.
There's that.
There's steps for everything.
Oh, wow.
Yes.
Which page is this on?
68.
Oh my.
68.
Yes.
Okay. Well,
Alright.
Dark chocolate kettle.
Interstellar travel?
Yes. Well, we're doing the jump, so.
Playing the feud.
Yeah. I guess
Sounds
to
Can I please sleep through this?
Well, it's going to be a week.
Is it?
The
It's
whole-
actually 69 then?
Okay.
The whole trip. We got like pods to do that in.
There are
Low
low
burst,
burst
yeah.
pods, but you might die in them.
She can get you out of there.
I can do what? Oh yeah. I can,
Low burst pods can malfunction, so
and plus I have to roll high enough to successfully wake you up.
Maybe die a week of boredom. Maybe die a full week of boredom.
You know, would you like to arm wrestle Rob for a little bit? He's a humanoid robot. I mean, I could set you guys up for
Practice
sparring.
with it like an android.
Yeah, would you like to do that?
Yeah.
You have to promise me that you won't break him. And if you break him, you have to pay for repairs.
Is it the jump number 3
Oh,
on
no.
69?
What repairs cost?
Well, there's stuff to that point.
Okay.
You got to do the calculate plot and everything for
Yeah.
that. So,
Which is the chart, right?
well, for times of things, yeah, it's in the chart there. But well, first of all, we probably want to think about life support. That's on page 69. Each passenger, crew, and person incurs a cost of $2,000 per month for life support.
So we're going to be traveling for a week, so that's divided by 4. Right?
Could we have figured out that like maybe like before we left, we had already gotten a full month's worth for each of us,
a month's worth of food.
well, yeah, he did say we had a month's worth of food, but like, I guess would that be considered plain? Well, he said specifically rations.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's like basically life support includes like everything, water and air, and yeah.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
How was it?
It's okay.
So basically, each week it costs 3,000 credits for this crew, without any passengers. So,
I think he has a calculation already figured out for everyone and how much it costs per day.
Okay.
I was just going to leave the number, like how many days passed during this session, so that he can reference and
well, you also have to
budget.
keep track of like how much fuel we use and things like that.
Mhm.
So, okay.
Okay. So it's going to be a month during the jump. So in the very least, it would be not a month. It would be a week for the jump.
Week for the jump.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was gonna say a month. There's no question left for me. Put me
Yeah.
to bed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and if you're going into the low berth, it's only 100 per month. So I guess it'd be 25 a week
25 a week, yeah, if you're in low berth.
credits. Yeah.
Well, that'd be if everyone is, right?
No,
Yeah,
I mean each
individual.
person.
Oh.
So I calculated it individually. So, all right.
Although spending the week, you have 2 experience points.
Yes. So
you
you
have
could
to spend that week in order to spend those to learn a new skill or do something else.
Yes, we are all at 2 experience points.
But the 2 experience points brings you from a 0 to a 1, or gives you a 0, right? And then it
Yeah.
takes 10 to go from 0 to 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you want to get basic at something that you don't already have,
Now's the time to do it.
that would be well.
I'm saving up because I've got jack of all trades, so there's no
Yeah.
advantage to spending it right now
No.
until I know exactly what I want.
All right. So
All
we're
right. So calculate plot.
you said there's 2. We're up to 2 experience points now.
Yes.
Every session is an experience point unless it's like
From the previous one.
particularly.
Did anybody do
Unless we
particularly entertaining to you?
do
No.
nothing.
Oh. I'm never getting that too. Anyways, a jump requires a course calculation called a jump plot. Starports rated D or better sell up-to-date jump plots to nearby populated worlds for 1,000 credits per parsec. A skilled pilot can calculate their own plot. Well,
I have a
Let's
1
hope so.
level. I have a 1 level pilot.
okay, so you need to throw a piloting education 6+ to calculate a plot. Apply a negative DM equal to the number of parsecs the jump will travel, which will be 2 parsecs.
Speedy picks up his piloting diploma. I'm throwing my.
Through piloting plus education.
And then
Yep.
you have to take -2 to your total. So,
And that's to see if he can create a jump route.
Yes.
If he can't, then we have to buy it.
Wait, my education is a -1. So will that not work?
No, it'll
You
work.
can use it.
Is it
Yeah.
so bad that he's like, oh yeah, this is totally a good way. We don't need to buy a route.
So wait, so my piloting and education cancels themselves out.
Okay.
And then you have a -2 because of the distance. And so
Negative,
basically
yeah.
you need to roll at least a 10. You have a 1/6 it's more than
Good
1/6.
thing I
All right.
have.
Okay. Hold.
Oh,
There's
So
a
1/4
there's a
chance.
helping mechanic. Maybe we should be using that.
Do you want your sensor operator?
well, the sensors aren't that good on the ship either, so
No, but I am.
She's got
blind
a 2
leading
in
the blind, you
education.
both fall into the ditch.
She's got a 2 in education.
Then I have a 4 in
Heck, at this
computers.
point, I could pilot or create this route just as well as he could.
Okay. So collaboration. In some cases, characters may work together for a task throw. A character with the highest skill and the characteristic makes his main skill throw. A single assistant can make a skill throw at the same difficulty as well, which would be 6. If they succeed, a DM +1 to the primary character's throw. If they fail, there's no penalty. The referee can be encouraged to allow the characters to assist, and they can use something else. So, for instance, a ship's engineer might throw engineering to assist the pilot.
Well, the sensor operator is generally covered by the pilot, but I could also throw engineering. So, which one would you rather? You want me to do the sensor operator, which requires computers, or would you rather or what can I do? Should I throw engineering or throw sensor operator?
Probably sensor.
Okay. That's cool. That was the correct answer.
So, let's see. You throw. Let's see. You get the 6 or higher.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's 12,
Okay. Cool.
Wait, what?
right? Because I have 4 in computers.
Holy moly.
That was the right
okay.
choice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So, now you're only at a -1.
-1 instead.
I see. I like that. Where it's like, because then you're contributing instead of just we're all rolling to see which one gets.
We are
And I
helping.
rolled a 9, so I got an 8.
8. Minimum of 6. So okay. All right. The stakes 1d times 1 die times 6 minutes. Each one being 6 minutes being a combat ship combat round. It is possible to rush this calculation. We don't have to do that. A failed check requires another attempt, or the ship will misjump. It is possible to calculate a jump plot in advance, but it will only last for a day. Anyways, okay, so we got that made. Okay.
So those are rules for like when you're trying to jump mid-combat, I'm assuming.
Yeah, or
Okay.
there's an asteroid field or something.
Yeah. So that's good to remember. So if we're flying in space combat, that's
yeah.
gonna
It
be a
takes a
problem.
piloting education 10. Instead
boy.
it's a 6.
Yeah.
Who goes to asteroid field? It'd be crazy to follow us in the asteroid. Yeah. Anyways, engage jump. Once the jump is ready, the ship's engineer must throw engineering education +6 to engage the jump drive.
We don't have an engineer.
I guess that'd be me
This
again.
procedure takes a second and can be done in the same round as the jump throw itself.
I think I'm the only one with engineering.
I mean, I've got
We've got jack of all trades, but
yeah,
Are you looking at my
I
stats?
do not have engineering.
and I've got
Help
a
me
0 in
out.
I can
education.
punch the engine. Do you think that
Alright.
helped?
Sure.
I mean, if
Percussive
it's only
maintenance
if it's
term.
only a 6 required, I don't have any penalties to roll.
Can
in.
I assist her then with a science roll? Science education.
or can I take his jack of all trades?
Just a jack of all
Okay,
trades.
fine.
All right.
How does that work?
So-
Does my jack of all trades add
No, so
3
No.
to my roll then?
You
If
just
you-
use engineering as well, I guess. I don't
Okay.
Well, you be jack of all trades and education,
know. Education.
yeah.
and if you get 6 or higher, then you add +1 to hers.
So I do. Am I using the number of my jack of all trades, or am I using my jack of all trades as a replacement for
So your
engineering?
your jack of all trades makes your engineering 0.
Okay.
So you
So then
have
I
no
just need to
detriment.
roll.
Yes, and you just need to get a 6 or higher.
I got a 6.
Okay.
So I get a
So you
plus
get
1.
+1. Okay.
Okay. So that's how I get to be handy then.
7,
Is that there's
8,
always a chance that I can help.
10, 11.
All right. Minimum 6. So there we go. Cool. All right. Jump. To jump. The 2D. Throw 2D.
You don't have to do anything.
Yeah, you lucky.
You should
jump.
just pop up.
Pretty-
Yeah, you're
and
just sitting
say
there like-
that.
With the following DMs. a
Half
fo-
of the game is the players are just rolling for themselves. So it's just, okay.
Indeed. It's okay. Let me get the sentence out.
The referee isn't. There is no DMing in this game. There is simply.
No, there's
Once we
the
land
player.
again, he'll be involved. All right.
Will I?
Yes. To jump, throw 2D with the following DMs. A throw of 0 or less causes a misjump. A bad jump plot causes an automatic misjump. So, DM plus the effect of the engineering throw to engage the drive. So what did you throw again?
9.
11.
11.
Yeah.
So plus 5. Cool. All right. -1 per day of the it's out 8, which is fine. Jump drive -2 if it's damaged jump drive. We don't have damaged jump drive. -2 if it's
Not yet.
unrefined fuel. We refine the fuel. We have a purifier for that. And -8 if we're within 100 diameters of the planet or star that we're close to.
Diameters?
100 diameters. Yes. We got further away from the planet.
Yeah.
Yes.
That kind of
100
makes sense, actually, right? Because the larger an object, the larger its sphere of influence, and so you would rate
So am I throwing 2
or
dice
define
then?
the sphere of influence based on its diameter. I would imagine.
But
Well,
then
partially.
how was the standard for the diameter measurement?
I
Planet.
think those.
Yeah.
I think
the planet,
that's,
each planet has its own
Each planet.
diameter.
Well, it's like
Yeah.
washing machines, you know. It's like this hole is 3 or 4 washing machines deep, you know. Like it's just.
So
they
then
did
the,
it.
well,
We
okay.
hate
So
metric, really.
by putting in that rule though, then we now need to find how long does it take to get 100 diameters away.
Yes.
Is that when we do our jump? Because if it is, then if that distance takes half a day or 2 days, we have to factor that into our rations and
Gas cost and
all those other costs.
Speaking of uncanceled units, the latest XKCD comic, this fridge uses only 3 kilowatt hours per day. But will it fit in my kitchen? The ceiling there is only 50 gallons per square foot.
Oh my gosh.
First measurements, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I think David probably did roll this one.
Really?
Yes, and it's just 2D and then it's plus 5.
I get to do something in this game?
Yes.
5.
5 plus 5?
Yeah.
10. Not less than 0, so we do not miss jump. Yay!
Wait.
Don't ask questions. Just
How would we ever get to less than a 0 if you're
All
adding-
those minuses.
yeah. There's a lot.
There's
of
like minus
Okay.
this.
If
but
the
we'll
jump
get a
drive
minus-
is damaged, if we're using unrefined fuel, worse yet, if we're within 100 diameters of the planet.
Okay.
Now, what's all this stuff in the chart down here on the bottom?
Can I, is
Yes,
How much
and-
time
Are the
it
moons
takes to
listed on here?
get there?
I don't know.
Traveling one
But
point
his-
to another,
what
yeah.
he's running through is this stuff right here.
So, yeah, how long did it take us to get there at this point? Like, what kind of jump did we do?
Every jump is a week.
A week.
A week?
So,
Mhm.
but this was a successful jump. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you're moving 2 parsecs, so not Kessel Run.
or is a moon defined in the book? Or
No, a moon is our own creation.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do we know the diameter of it?
Listed there.
Is it on that page? Or?
It'll be on the main page, the advertised page.
There we go. I don't know how to read any of that stuff.
This will
No,
get
the other-
faster though.
Oh, not
Yeah.
that one.
We'll
That's
get faster at this over time.
Are we?
We will.
Yeah.
We will get faster at this over
Oh,
time.
that'd be great. Like a koala.
The one with the map on it, yeah.
Yeah. No, 7 C's. A moon, there we go. 6,400 kilometer diameter. I don't have a front page
Okay.
for Speedway though, so
Oh?
you never printed that one out.
Oh, sorry.
Uh-oh. We don't know anything about
Mr.
Speedway.
Pilot,
Nope.
how fast can we travel?
Did you make a front page for Speedway? Because you just
Yeah, they all have front pages. It's just
Okay.
that I printed out pages for it.
Yeah. Oh no. All right.
Hold,
Do
please.
you want me to turn this printer on so it just suddenly shows up over
Fine,
here?
print.
I will turn on this printer.
That's very convenient to have a printer up here.
Yes.
Oh, is that?
Because it prints double sided too, so.
All right. We are now at 2 experience points. I think I'm gonna hold off.
Did you all go into low berth?
No.
Oh, so you're actually staying up for the whole week. It's going to cost even more, right?
Probably.
Yeah, we have money
but,
though. We just made 5,000 credits dropping
Yeah.
some dude off at him.
and it costs 3,000 for all of us to stay awake.
And are we putting Percy
Is
in
it-
low berth then?
Is it?
We might as well put Percy in low berth, but that means I'll have to wake him up.
Or not, because he's not here.
That's true. We can just leave him. Yeah, you know what? We did put Percy in low berth, and that's where he's just going to stay
Yeah.
for the time being.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm only medic 1, so I, putting off as long as I can, waking him up.
All right.
Okay.
Yay! Speedway is a 9,600 kilometer
So-
diameter.
No time has passed since last session, right?
No, we've.
Yes.
Okay. Here. So we started this session here. .347.
As leaving the aim.
Leave
Okay,
it,
that's
we-
fine.
You
So-
said Speedway is what now?
If you care about the diameter measurement for being away, it's 9,600 kilometers.
Okay.
600 kilometers.
0.7 gravity.
At the end of the week, we are.
We put Percy in low berth.
Yeah, we put
Yeah.
Percy in.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah.
It took us a week to travel, though.
Yeah. So now, right at this point where we are.
Okay. Yeah.
This
yeah,
is the date.
Okay.
I know it means non-industrial,
Do
but
we-
putting trade code is neat.
Do we know?
I know.
Do we know the speed of our ship and how much fuel it takes to go? Oh wait,
2 parsecs.
2 parsecs.
what's two? No, because well, I thought it was
Every system with whatever planet you're going to is a parsec.
okay, and we have enough. I think we said we had enough fuel in our. Well, there's 2 different types of fuel, right? There's the fuel for running in planet, and then there's the fuel for running.
Impulse and warp, basically.
The jump takes a different fuel.
Yeah.
Okay, so impulse is free. Is that right?
It's a fusion drive. It lasts a year.
Okay, so that worked free. But and then and then the other stuff is free as long as we stop to pick it up.
We had to pick it up at a gas giant, or just pull it from the water on a planet that we
that's
land on.
unrefined.
It would be unrefined.
Yeah.
And then we had to spend like 4 days, I think it was, to refine it all.
Yeah.
I think we have an on-ship refiner.
That's
Yeah.
correct.
Yeah.
Okay. But then we still need to know the speed of the ship, though.
Why do you need
To do
to
the
know
Well,
properly.
let's sort this out.
Because
How do I arm wrestle
we
for
just
Bob?
traveled 640,000 kilometers before we did our
Last
ship,
time you
our
sorted
jump.
out how to do
That's
arm wrestling.
I just threw numbers together.
It
If
took
you
a
want
week,
to,
Kyle.
do a
Between
roll off and
traveling
we'll see
from
who
the
gets
planet
higher.
and finishing the jump, it took a week. Stop making it complicated. It took a week.
Okay.
All right?
Okay.
It's a week.
I didn't realize we'd already.
But this game is
calculated
supposed to be complicated. Complicated.
it. I like that detail, honestly.
It was a week. Between getting far enough away from the planet to actually make the jump and then making the jump, it's been a week.
Okay.
I'm happy with my hero points. I'm not logging this week, but
Are you in low berth or are you wrestling with Rob and promising not to break?
I'm promising to try not to break. But I do need to play roll-offsies and find out if I can beat them.
Okay. Can we do,
Do
a
we
few
have
roll offs?
stats? Do we have stats?
You have
on this
stats for
thing?
your Rob, right?
Yeah, I do. I have stats.
So you have to roll off amongst each other.
Strength
was
versus
on the
strength.
other.
Again, not involving me, but whatever,
Well, how do we define if I break the robot?
I think we should just roll to see if you break the robot. I think
I need
if
to
you
know if I beat him.
if
I
you
think
roll
we
a
turn
12,
like melee combat and strength, probably, if you're doing arm wrestling or whatever. I don't
yeah.
know.
I think that's what it was last time. Melee and strength.
Yes.
Melee and strength.
I have melee, but I don't actually have strength.
Maybe dexterity then?
Well, strength.
None of
could
those
be-
stats are listed off
strength
on the
is
robot.
on
It's
top.
not her, it's her robot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay.
Gotcha.
I'm going to use my
You know
hero
what?
points.
Um,
Not hero points.
roll
Sorry.
to attack my robot, and
Okay.
if you make it through all of his stamina, then you break him.
In one hit.
Not in one hit. We'll do it. Maybe we'll do a couple. We'll see.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
using my experience points to learn some engineering.
Oh.
I have engineering 0 now.
Okay.
What would that add up to? 10, 14.
14. Ooh.
You just watch them jury rig stuff together. I was like, I know engineering now.
I mean, it's fair, right? You don't know anything more than we do.
Okay. I'm pretty
She
sure.
knows more than I do, but
At a 14, you've broken my robot.
Good job.
Well,
Well, good thing I have 0 in repair. Does anybody else have repair?
He's a jack of all
Yeah, but I
trades.
do.
Nothing. you.
You're going to
I have
repair
a-
the.
Oh,
I have
I'm
a
gonna
zero
try to repair
repair.
it because I don't want
Yeah.
to pay for this.
Okay.
Actually, I also have repair. So
Won't that take
Alright.
machine parts
I've got
from our
repair.
supplies?
No.
I did this
It's a
without you
zero.
watching. My goal is
I have a 0 repair too.
Well,
Don't break
repairs have to
robots.
cost something, right? You can't just throw something together without using some material, some supplies.
Watch me. I have the supplies. They just ripped his arm off. I'm just trying to reattach it.
Engineering's always got some scrap parts, right?
I mean, you just bought like 15 tons of scrap parts, but yeah.
And one's going to be
Can't just go
14.99
not breaking
tons,
something,
or
can you?
0.99 tons.
It requires a ton.
I have to like the things that are messy.
I hope not.
We will rebuild it. We will make it better. This is no longer your robot.
Can we now spend like 900 credits worth of material to fix them? I mean,
That's a full
Yeah,
that's
ton of.
yeah, but yeah, really, we shouldn't have used a full ton's worth of.
No.
No.
Oh, like, just one will be,
500.
0.99, it'd be 99% of a ton.
What are you doing?
Snack.
Did you ask?
Can I have a snack?
You
No
already had it, Gwen.
sweets.
Okay.
And it's your last.
Okay.
That's sweets.
I have to save the one.
Go.
Underneath it.
You've
Yeah.
learned
Oh,
a
yeah.
thing or two from that that android.
The non-sweets are kind of buried underneath the sweets right now.
So, okay.
So yeah, how does repairing things work?
Repair and
That's it.
intelligence. To repair a damaged vehicle or at a workshop.
Okay, so
It says
is it-
repair intelligence 6+.
I have 5.
You roll a 5.
No, you said
No.
6. I only have a 5.
You have to roll, right?
So it would be the
Oh.
modifiers would be -1.
Okay, so -1 and +9.
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
And what do I have to try to repair?
For this, apparently it's 6+.
It's to secretly repair the robot, so I don't
Okay,
know.
so I have to take 1 away from whatever I roll. And
Yeah.
It's got to add up to more than 6.
Yeah.
I've got this. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta say the
9.
number.
You do have to kind of announce that.
9.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a few people who can't read from this distance.
So I managed to jury-rig its arm back on.
Yeah.
Clunk, 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 clunk.
Nothing happened.
And you don't have to. You don't have to tell me. All right. Okay, that was fun.
Plan.
All right, so then when we jump, we land
Now I'm bored
on the
again.
outside.
Obviously not doing
We're
that
obviously
again.
not landing that right next to the
No.
planet, so we've got the time to travel there. Are we going to factor that as part of the?
That's part
week?
of the week.
Okay.
Are we marking down supplies uses for?
Yeah.
Yeah.
1
Purser.
week's worth of for 5 people, and then 1 week for
Low birth.
person in low berth.
Yeah.
So that's 500 times 5 plus 25.
I'm going to leave that for him to calculate.
Oh, okay. Well, I just did it for you.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
22,525.
Mm-hmm.
You already made some life support, purchases in advance, so
Oh,
he's just reporting what was.
all right.
Yeah.
I'm reporting what we've used
Well,
while the dude that normally
Exactly.
tracks it is
Okay.
asleep.
I don't
It's
have
a-
mailing.
So,
He will factor cost.
how many gas giants are there?
Where would it say that? Oh, 4.
You can
4
have-
gas
You can
giants.
have a gun on.
Okay.
Mhm.
How about we try to refuel a gas
I'll
giant?
shoot at you. I just
Let's
want
see.
melee.
The one person who would appreciate Speedway is not here.
I'm sure we'll still be on this planet, assuming we're able to land. When he returns.
I'm surprised you didn't blow up on the way here. I mean,
Well, we were all giving hero points.
Am
and
am I giving am I complicating too much by saying if we want to fuel up, we have to do that on our way into the planet or on the way out, and we didn't factor that into the 1 week?
We probably ought to refuel on our way to the planet.
Yeah.
That way, while we're on the planet, it can
It's-
process it.
Mhm.
Okay, so at 3.54, we have exited jump space and we are in front of the Speedway. Yeah, but we still have to taxi into the planet, yes.
And what about the gas giant then?
Why are you
thought we were
making this
getting
so
water.
complicated? Like,
I'm just
Big of
making
it.
sure we're
Look,
factoring in all
okay,
the
look,
details.
so
This is a
moon,
detailed thing.
in the week, we got away from the moon, entered jump space, we jumped, here we go, there's Speedway, gas giants are around, this took 7 days. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So
So-
now we're taking time to do other things.
Okay.
You
You want to
understand?
arm wrestle?
No, not right now. Okay.
Okay.
So
Get
we
I can read
are
the fuel
at-
part here.
did we are you saying that we went pilot, did we go to the planet or did we go to the gas giant first?
I thought we went to the planet, didn't we?
We're going to the gas giant first so that we process the fuel while we're at the planet,
So then we have to travel from the gas giant to the
which
planet.
uses impulse.
Yes.
Not jump spacing.
Yes, which
So it's
takes
just
time.
It's just time at this
Correct.
point.
Yes.
I saw what you did to the
And
robot.
rations based on time.
Yes, but all we have to know is how
That-
long it took us to get
Nobody
from our
saw
exit
that.
point
Were
to
you
the
watching-
to the
Are there
planet.
cameras on this ship?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, correct.
I heard, okay? I heard the crunch.
Does
crunching.
those notes at all say how far away the gas giant is from the
No.
He had a loose
That's
screw.
Yeah.
So just ask the referee, how long does it take us to get to the gas giant?
no, to the planet from the gas giant.
Okay, so there's common interplanetary time travel acceleration
When
here.
we exited our jump space, did we exit right next to the gas giant?
No.
So we have to impulse to the gas giant and then impulse to the planet. How
I-
long did it take us to
Didn't you
get
say it was 1 week to arrive?
1 week to get out of jump
This
space?
game is breaking relationships.
Yes.
Thank you. So let's see, I believe we have a maneuvering...
This is probably the most fun David's had, is watching Kyle and I argue about it.
We don't have to be playing a game to watch you argue.
Well,
It's true.
it's true.
All you have to do is make Kyle pedantic.
Make him pedantic.
Do you want to arm wrestle?
No. I lent you
Okay.
my robot.
So we have a maneuvering drive 1.
I will
It's
not-
fine.
So,
Ish.
from a small gas giant to a jump point, with a 1G maneuvering drive, it takes 12 hours. There you go. There's an answer.
Just write
Okay.
that
From
down.
where our jump point was to get to the small gas giant,
12 hours.
12 hours.
Write
12
that down.
hours. Okay.
We're gonna have to bookmark that page and be like refer to like so many
Yes.
different sections.
What page
So-
number is that?
68.
Okay.
So 1 week we arrive in the solar system for Speedway.
Yes.
12 hours later we're at the gas giant refueling.
Yes.
And then from the
And-
gas giant to the planet.
Arm wrestle.
So a ship can scoop the gas giants for hydrogen fuel. Fuel gathering in this matter is unrefined. This takes 1D hours per 40 tons of fuel. Note that gas giants are favorite ambush spots for pirates. Are there gonna be pirates, David?
No.
Okay, good.
Not this time.
So I guess David will roll a D6 and see how many hours it takes.
3.
3. We fill up the tank in 3 hours. Fortunately, we have a 40-ton tank, so
There you go.
there's the math. All right. Okay, and we have a fuel processor, and it's going to process it in time there. So from a main
There's
world,
no credit card payment first, and then like a discount fee or something like that. Just tanks up.
no, that's the beauty of doing the
Harvesting
We
it
fuel
right from the
ourselves.
planet.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
From a main
If
world,
only we could just my gas.
from main world to a close or far gas giant. Dave, which one is it going to be?
Which
Is the gas giant close or far from the main world that we're heading to?
close.
Close. Okay. It's going to take 5 days and 16 hours for us to travel from this gas giant. It would processed on the way there, I suppose. Then.
Yeah, at that
Yeah.
point we're done refining it.
Exactly.
How long would it take it far?
6 days, 23 hours.
Almost 7 days. Do you want another week?
I mean, you might as well. It makes
Well-
it easier to calculate, right?
Well, actually, because we already have like 12 hours and whatnot, the 5 days, 16 hours puts us closer to a week.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fair enough.
So we'll just round it off and say 2 weeks that we've between leaving. Okay, so that means that
All right.
we actually did not arrive at Speedway at that date.
And you need to calculate even longer because it's another week of resources.
So that
Yeah,
means that we
and-
did not have Christmas on Speedway, Captain. I'm very incensed by this.
You spent Christmas
We
collecting
spent Christmas.
the gas
Collecting
giant.
fuel.
Well, we got the gas.
Yeah.
It's just traveling to the other planet now. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I mean, if we'd had a jump to a 2G maneuvering drive, it would only take you 4 days to go from the planet to the gas giant to the planet.
Yes, well, we
That's,
don't have a 2G, we have a 1G.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
136 versus 96 hours. About 33% faster.
If we could upgrade at some point, I mean, we have the power plant to do it, so
Yeah.
we could, the ship's built for it.
okay.
Noon to refuel. Okay.
So, as you're approaching Speedway, let me tell you about the starport.
Ooh!
Ship's
Wait,
Creek.
Did we land?
We're coming to the starport.
Ship's Creek lies nearly equal distance from the two major cities on this planet. The sea-level starport also includes the research base, which prominently works on vehicle design and fuel efficiency. While in the starport, their primary policy is to keep politics outside. Personal property is personal, and any trades between interstellar governments can be made without public scrutiny. Just don't start any trouble.
Law level
Striker.
1.
We're at level 1.
Law level 1.
Oh, law level.
So no poison gas, explosives, or undetectable weapons or WMDs.
What's a WMD?
Weapons of mass
Oh,
destruction.
okay.
Where were you during an hour?
Well,
Yeah, his world stopped here.
Better leave me on the ship.
Monk.
Alright, so did we... I know we got to Starport and
Yep.
all that.
Yep.
Did we actually land?
He's obsessed with
Eventually
landing.
land.
Docking procedure, right?
Is there a docking procedure? This is epic.
We get like the Star Trek motion picture kind of sweeping vista over the ship itself and all these different, oh, look at the Normandy moving very slowly, going into docking position. Oh.
I mean, okay, for pilot dexterity 10 to land in a hostile planetary surface. This is not hostile at all.
All right.
So
five.
probably like 6 probably. They go in even, so
Yeah,
6.
6.
All right.
Mhm.
Pilot dexterity 6.
Pilots. So it's what? Pilot plus
Dexterity.
dexterity, so 3.
I like that this actually makes roll-offs
So if-
for things
hold on.
with
If he's got a 3 with his piloting dexterity, does that mean he's a -3, or he just needs to be a 6 to succeed?
6 to succeed.
Okay.
So I need a 3 or higher with my roll, which is
Yes.
like very probable.
Don't
Yes.
screw this up because you'll crash into the starport.
You have hero points for that.
9.
Okay.
Okay. Alright, so the standard starport berth costs 100 credits per 6 days, and 100 credits per day afterwards.
How many days are you planning to stay?
Port fees can vary widely in
At
the
least
frontier
100 credits. Wait, so is it 100 credits per day?
for the first 6 days.
Oh, for the okay.
And then 100 per day after. So we have
Yeah.
6 days to conclude business on Speedway.
Mm-hmm.
And since we've already refueled and everything, it would be good to jump once we leave.
Okay. So we need to sell.
And take another week to get somewhere, and another week
Right.
to refuel, and another week to...
I'll mark off the 100 credits for mine in order to facilitate that easily.
You're gonna pay the fee for the.
Yeah, I'll take it for mine.
Don't keep doing that because then it gets dicey with the reimbursements and everything.
And who owes when you pay for that?
Just write it down, and
Yeah.
Matt will
He
take
can-
care. Percy
yeah.
will take care of it when he wakes up. Don't try to figure it out. Just mark it down.
What you really should do is just loan the company money with an interest, and then it's
We're
much
not
simplified.
reopening that can of worms.
Ah! Okay. Good. Alright, so,
We
selling.
have 14.99 tons of.
No, you're fine. You're 15 minutes.
Okay.
We're not doing the .9.
We ripped an arm off. We didn't vaporize an arm.
And I rolled really well on that. I just reattached it.
Really, that's great.
Can't even tell. It's just gonna lip.
Actually, I'm sure if I were to inspect closely, I would see weld lines and things like that. But it looks like just a cursory glance, nothing's. And I could not even imagine her breaking my robot. So
Oh.
it's not
In
even.
one try.
Yeah, not even crossing my mind.
Okay, so selling goods. The procedure of selling goods is the same as purchasing goods. Find a buyer on the new planet using the same skills used to find a supplier. Roll 2D on the modified price table and consult the sale price column. The throw is modified by the character's intelligence or social DM, whichever is higher, and by the character's liaison skill level. Applying the highest trade good sale DM for the world where the goods are being sold to the roll on the sale price table. Let's see. Finally, apply the traffic and safety modifiers to the sale price column. Neat.
So we could find a local broker if we wanted to increase our.
This is true. They'll take a cut of what we end up selling, but
Yep.
yeah.
Or we can try to do it ourselves.
Yeah.
What's the disadvantage and advantage of a local broker?
They give us a higher DM and try and find somebody to sell to, but they do take a portion of the commission. Yeah.
What's their fee then?
If we go, what's the C? What type of starport are we at?
C though.
C. So they would give us a +2 to find somebody. They would take 10%.
What?
How does it
At least this
calculate
place
the
has a
price?
starport. A Moon did not.
So if you roll, so here's your rolls, your numbers. So for a sale, the higher you get,
So let's say we roll a 10. With this guy, we'd get an extra 2, which would be 140, but he'd be taking 14% then off the top of the sale price.
Right.
We already have a +2 for being at a C starport. So.
I mean, unless we roll a 16 or higher. If we roll a 16, we break even by having to do. And if we roll under an 8, or if we roll 6 or under, we'll lose. But then again, if we roll 6 under, we're going to lose anyways. So it will always be better to have him, statistically speaking, on average. It would be better to have a broker unless you roll consistently over 16.
Well, I do have an advantage on handling prices. So, first we need to find somebody to sell to.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I mean, it's probable. Carousing liaison. And so.
Okay, if you think it's probable, we can go ahead and do it without a broker, and we'll learn how we do it, and then see if we want to do a broker next time. But
Yeah.
I have with my liaison and my intelligence, I have a +2 modifier.
Okay. I also have, intelligence and liaison +2. So, but I'll be able to get advantage, or even social.
See how bright.
I have an intelligence and jack of all trades +0.
Social.
Yeah.
By the way,
way,
David,
zero
in the
intelligence.
future, you can actually throw us a curveball and make a problem with the deal.
About having more intelligence
So
than me.
you just
I
can
have
keep that in
zero,
mind
so-
if you
Sure.
would
I'll
like
tell you
to
now.
throw
Interject.
something in there.
There's a problem with the deal. Use
Oh,
this
you. Like you.
throw a curveball to the players, otherwise mundane.
All right,
special
what do I roll?
trading.
I get to roll something.
Oh boy, I get to roll.
Oh gosh.
Roll
Hello,
one.
John.
Okay. Roll 1d for each column and combine the results into a basic adventure hook. Don't worry if it doesn't fit together seamlessly. The players will fill in the blanks as the adventure progresses. Note that there is no suggestion solution column. It's for the players to solve this. The situation.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking maybe you could let us have this boring trade deal just so we could get a feel for how it goes,
Yeah.
and then you can mess with future trade deals.
Is there a possibility of rolling nothing happens?
No, it doesn't look
Nah,
like it.
there's always something that.
Yeah,
you know.
something has happened.
I
So
want something
Theoretically,
to happen.
I'm assuming theoretically we can make it still work where the deal comes out in our favor, or even greater in our favor. But it's just always going to be something. Let's see, it's this list
That's
right
really
here
running in favors.
in the top right corner.
all right,
Yeah,
are you wanting?
75.
Do you want to roll for the sale, or do we have to roll to find a buyer?
You can do the find a buyer.
Okay,
Yeah.
so how do we roll?
I'll roll to find a buyer. It's the same as rolling for a supplier. So
Okay,
yeah.
go for it.
So I'll do carousing and social.
Spice? Do you spice?
We got some
Or a
spicy
private
machine
supplier.
parts.
That's a 10 plus 2, so 12 plus 2 for being at a C starport. So 14.
Okay.
And you need to be 8 or over, so we're fine.
Yeah.
We found a supplier. Okay.
Buyer, you mean?
Buyer. We found a buyer.
Okay.
Got a supplier, man. Good stuff, man. More supplies.
You know what? We'll be the buyer instead.
All right. So I'll now roll on the modified price table,
Table. More
to
table.
which I get to roll it with advantage. That's why I'm rolling 3 dice.
Oh boy.
Why do you get to roll with advantage? Just out of curiosity.
I went with the merchant trait,
Oh.
so I have advantage on haggling prices, and it even says even speculative prices.
Mm-hmm.
Indeed. So that's 10. Let's see what kind of modifiers we get. Throw modified by your intelligence or social. They're both +1, so that's that. So 11. And by character's liaison, so 1 to 12. And apply the highest trade goods sale DM for the world where the goods are being sold. So okay, we're selling manufactured parts and the non-industrial. So another +2.
Yeah.
So
14.
15?
14.
14.
14?
14.
160%.
And we bought
Imagine
a 90.
if we'd had 200%.
Okay,
I'm
you know
I'm just
what?
kidding. I'm just kidding.
You know what?
You want to negotiate this deal? I'm sure it would not have worked as well.
So 160% of what's the
I think
cost
the
of
base
those?
credit is 100.
That's about 1,000
Is
Oh,
it 1,000?
per ton. So yeah.
So we got.
So we were selling 15 tons.
So we sold it for 24,000 credits then. So we made a profit of
9,000.
Hold on a second. We had 15 tons,
Mm-hmm.
and we sold it for 160. Okay, yeah, 9,000. 9,000. Yeah.
And you
okay.
get the top
Took me a
10%,
second.
right?
I'll let Matt do the math on that later.
24,000.
That's the amount that we got, right? Because 140%. If 1,000 is 100%.
It's 160%.
Oh, it's 100. That's right.
Yeah.
Okay,
24,000 credits for the sale.
gotcha. Okay.
Granted, if you factor in the cost of our living expenses and such, then it goes down. But I think we'll want to reconvene with Matt next time to figure out exactly how efficient it has been to transport cargo like this.
It is like 90% of the game.
Yeah. Well,
90% of the game. There's how many pages there are about ship combat and personal combat and everything?
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
could do,
let's get to the
we
personal
could do
combat.
more
Where do we
local.
find that?
We could do more localized missions with occasional transports, or we could do more transports. Transports seem to be relatively stable.
Well, it seems
although-
like it'd be more expensive if you try to transport people, though, too. So in the
You have
long
to
run,
take
maybe.
into account their
What do we,
costs.
what do we get
I'm
into
just talking
sell
about
at the
transporting
next
goods.
planet?
Okay, well,
sorry.
at any rate.
Yeah.
That's a good
Or we need to
question.
be able to buy more goods each
What
time
was the
we
next planet's
transport.
name?
What are you buying?
We were on our way somewhere.
This is the way.
Well, right
No,
now.
it wasn't. This was the stop.
This was a stop, yeah.
On the way to...
Not a moon, but a.
It's
No, it was the stop on the way to
Yeah.
the planet we were
Yeah.
going to go to.
Yeah, well, we paid for 6 days of parking here, so you might as well find out what's going on here.
It's our bar.
It's always a bar.
It's a starport.
It's there. You're in the market right now, just trying to various people buying and selling various supplies of things.
I stayed back with the ship. just in case something goes down.
Surprise, surprise.
Mm-hmm.
And watching over.
Well, we got a lunatic over here wanting to start fights, so I just in case something goes down. I want to be ready to get
Watching
out.
over Percy, it's
Much.
like, you'll be okay.
You're right.
He's still in there.
A middle-aged woman approaches you.
You want to
Striker?
arm wrestle?
Are you not just buyers, right? You do missions for people, don't you?
Mercenaries
And
for
if
hire.
you beat me. Let's go.
At least this one has stats.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm middle-aged too.
Striker, we're not gonna only take it if they could beat you, they wouldn't need us.
That's not necessarily true.
Most likely.
Not necessarily
Let's hear what she has
true.
to say.
My name's Nora O'Grady.
I'll be right back.
Nora O'Grady.
A name like that? Come on, she's got an arm under all that. Whatever she's wearing.
No, that would be if she was Helga Olga.
fighting
You're,
Irish. Come on.
You're heading to Speedway, aren't you?
We're on Speedway.
You're on the
Starport.
Starport.
Oh, so the starport's not on the actual planet.
It's on the planet.
It is on the
Yeah.
planet. Okay. Some aren't different starports like bases?
There are some, yeah, but I'm pretty sure I rolled on that one.
That was actually is on
ground
planet.
base.
That's ground base.
Yeah.
Are you okay, ma'am? Do you know where you are?
Well, if you,
Staying here. Yes, we're staying here for a little while.
Oh, good. About 8,000 kilometers northeast of this starport, is the North Pole.
That's neat.
And there's a submarine that's trapped in the ice.
What color
It's not
is it?
called the USS Santa, is it?
No,
Is it yellow?
no. It was lost years ago, and due to climate change, I believe that the glaciers have started melting, and it'd be a good time to make an expedition because that submarine is recorded having 20 tons of liquor on it.
Striker's like, let's go.
We're going.
126 bottles of gin, rum, brandy, and vodka.
Come this way.
What are the risks here?
Come on.
See, I told you we didn't need to arm wrestle for this.
I actually found a website
We're
that
not talking about
described
the
how,
risks.
like, with storage crates and whatnot, how much alcohol can be stored in one of those. So it was like, oh, like, really, it's what's being described here is like 7 of those.
It's not that
Huge
much
crates.
in some ways, yeah.
Yeah.
I want you to retrieve whatever records remain on it and destroy the vessel. You can take the cargo as payment.
Why can't we just take the cargo and
And the ship.
She wants the ship destroyed.
But
Can we
why?
ask why
We
you
don't
want it
have-
destroyed?
documents exactly?
Uh,
Just so we can identify them.
it'd
make
be
sure
on the
it's-
computer. Just whatever's on the system.
Are you coming with?
No,
Why not?
I have other work to
I
do.
love the sound of your voice.
I don't know why. What's wrong with you?
Captain and the client sitting in a chair.
If-
Now we know where Tuck Pants got his name.
This is music to have him follow us with this voice.
If you can get the liquor, it's worth about 300,000 credits. And even if you can't, I'll pay you 100,000 as compensation.
Seems like a good gig. What's the catch?
It's 100 meters underwater. You have to lift the vessel somehow without destroying it.
But we want to destroy it.
But
We
then
want-
get what's on it and then destroy
Yeah,
it.
cargo
What's
first.
the mate-
I'm
yeah.
not a part of this conversation. I'm
And what
just
happens
in a
if we
peanut
fail?
gallery.
Well, if it's destroyed, I said I'd pay 100,000 compensation. But
Would the
No, I mean, if we
damage
can't
my
get any of
body
the
swimming in
materials
the
or
water?
the data, because it
Probably.
accidentally is destroyed as we try to get it out, what's the we need to
Should
know
be
the
a
risks
way to
here.
be able to enforce my body to take the
best
cold
case
away.
scenario, I get the information I need. Worst case scenario, it leaks. Like the brandy leaks.
Mhm. Okay.
And I think that 126,000 bottles of gin into the water supply of this planet is not a good idea.
That sounds like
Some very drunk fish, and
Striker's like, I'm moving in.
I'm gonna be a fish.
well.
Seems like a-
technically, I do have gills and I can breathe underwater.
I think you might be too drunk to breathe in the water at that point.
I have an internal oxygen supply, so I last 3 hours.
Nice.
I heard internal auction supply. I'm
Oxygen.
like, a what?
Auction.
He's auctioning off everything internally all the time. Every day.
Well, it seems like a pretty good opportunity for us to make some cash, guys. Some
Need a
creditos.
wetsuit. I need a wetsuit or something to deal with the cold water. But then
You're
I'm
not
good.
going down 100 meters.
That would be an
Why
interesting
not?
point of how do we pull it out?
The pressure would crush you.
Not if I go down slowly.
Too bad I'm
You're gonna
staying
figure out
behind.
how much a human body can take.
Yes.
Yeah. That's why I chose 100 meters, yeah. Pretty much like that's the maximum for scuba divers in full suit, you know. Otherwise you're in a submarine.
Okay, with specialized equipment is 332 meters. Okay.
So we might need to buy some equipment to be able to make
Free
this
dive.
thing work.
Free diving.
However,
Comma.
that is with specialized equipment and specialized
We're not
training.
looking at 300. At 100.
Yes, recreational divers usually go at 18 to 40. So not even
18 to
half
40.
of 100.
Yes, but that's statistically could.
Technical diving with specialized equipment to reach 100 meters.
Are you technically trained in scuba diving?
Yeah, do you have a skill in scuba diving?
Why would I need that?
I've got jack of all trades. I think I'm good enough.
You always think you're good enough.
I think I could do it.
We gotta figure out, is
I
there...
just need to descend and reascend.
Are we going to accept this
slowly.
mission, this mercenary job?
I feel like we should. You should probably ask, do you have any equipment for getting down there? Like scuba suits
She said to bring it
that
up.
we could borrow? Or
I have 2.
two, okay. Okay. What would you suggest blowing it up with?
C4?
Oh,
Depth charges?
I know someone with
First-
a lot of that.
Percy has a lot of C4 hidden around, yeah.
Yes.
We're going to get into a stash while he's asleep.
Yes.
Yep. Yep.
He's
I'm
like
sure-
an unlimited supply of that, basically.
I'm sure he would not remind.
All right, so we will take the mission then. Right, Captain?
Yes, yes. Because
All right.
that's basically, I mean, it's not really free supply cargo, but, you know, it's there waiting
Yeah.
for us.
We'll, I guess we will talk to you later, Madam Nora, and as soon as we've got something figured out here.
Good luck then.
Oh, you mark it on their map as to where it is?
I'll mark it on your map.
Oh, thank you.
And a way to
Show
communicate
them
back.
the map part.
Okay, here's the map. It's on the top right corner. That gray square.
This one.
Mhm.
And where are we?
Where the little
Not-
ship is. And, or... There's
There's an icon that says Starport.
There's two symbols that look like ships.
Oh.
Or cities.
Starport right here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So. Oops.
I should probably show it to our pilot as well. That way he can...
And even though climate change is melting the ice caps,
Yeah.
It's
still
gonna be
really
cold.
it's gonna be cold. Yeah,
It's like outside right now.
yeah.
All right, so we got to figure out how do we lift a submarine from the water.
Do we have a tractor beam on the ship?
No.
How much does it cost to get one?
Have you come back to the ship and shared it now with the pilot and I? So
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Now I can finally form my opinion of
Mm.
you and your extraneous adventures.
You didn't tell them you tried to get into her pants?
I didn't say...
99 bottles of gin on a sub. 99 bottles of gin.
Take one down, pass it around,
And
bring
blow
the
up
client back in.
Sub, blow up the sub when we're done. Boom.
So where's this North Pole at?
Top right.
Top right corner.
Oh, in the gray square?
Yeah. That gray spots are water.
And I see the Starport right there.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like there used to be more water on the planet. They would do like undersea
Like
races
what
and
the
stuff.
rumor says. You didn't read any of that?
Oh, I didn't read the rumor. Yeah.
Keep going.
So,
Last line, last section.
Or if you want to hand it to me, I'll read it. Or you can read it to
out.
yourself. That's fine too.
read it.
Share with the class.
No, class must be
Speedway
no.
used to have massive oceans when first colonized, but with so many ships coming to collect water or to refuel or for life support, it reduced it to several lakes. Some of the enormous beasts of the seas remain, just as threatening as ever.
Oh,
Oh yay!
did we ever mount a weapon on the top of our ship?
We have a mining laser.
I wanna
Does that go
in.
through water?
I wanna go in. There's gonna be a monster.
Goes through space.
Beep.
Probably not water.
Underwater? Regular combat's bad enough. Do you think you want underwater, like, I am so beaten?
It's not that much different.
Especially when a creature that swims would have advantage over you.
I don't care.
Alright, so what are our methods for pulling
Why would
this
I
thing
be
out
able to
of the water?
swim?
Or I guess, did you have an opinion?
Why are
need
you
to
acting
make
like I'm gonna
before you-
drown? Like,
No,
I
I
can't
do not have an
The
opinion.
house.
I need to
I-
stay.
I mean,
Pretty sure if I invested the money in being able to breathe underwater, I'm probably capable of swimming.
Beer dye guys?
But these
Am I
are
just
the
that
custom.
afraid of water that I did
Children.
that?
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to
Yeah.
drown. I'll sink to the bottom and just wait for them to find me.
well, we haven't gotten to Striker's backstory. Not that you wanted to share much, but could have had like a traumatic childhood event of, oh, I broke in the ice and went ice fishing with my dad, and the hole broke and I couldn't pull him back out, and I've been afraid of ice fishing for decades.
That's not a canonical. She didn't say it.
No.
Yep.
We already went to my home planet. I didn't say a thing.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
That's
except for
because you
submarine,
probably
but-
were trying not to stay. You threw off the population balance when you left, and so.
Mhm.
Wouldn't be the first time.
Well, okay, we do have. Pretty sure Matt said that we had some contragrav carts on the ship. They're very slow though. They only carry 500 kilograms of gear at a time. So I'm not really sure how many trips we'd have to take for that, but
Would that work
That's not
underwater?
long.
I think that would be what we would use once we get the ships. When we get
I
the
see.
submarine
Okay.
elevated. Yeah.
That would allow us to take about 227 pounds on each trip.
How many?
500 if it can carry 500 kilograms, that's about 227 pounds.
Elevate.
Why are we talking about pounds?
Elevate.
To put kilograms in something that we actually use because we're talking about.
We're not British. We don't use
Yeah, we
kilograms.
don't use the
Doesn't
metric
everything in the metric system?
In this game, yes. She's
Yes.
talking about us personally.
Well, I'm
Our own
just-
mindset, yeah.
Yeah, I was
Okay.
just giving a frame of reference.
Okay, sure.
How many washing machines is that?
That's what I want to know. I believe that's like 2 or 3.
Mm,
Oh,
Dishwashers, it's less.
yes.
These things are actually quite lightweight.
So I say
How
we-
many tons of stuff was this?
She was 20 tons.
20.
But again, that's
Okay.
by volume, not in the displacement tons, their term.
Okay.
Yeah. Which is, I think, 14.
we need to figure out how to get this up to the surface.
Yes.
Yeah, but
yeah.
that's a big part to it, too, yeah.
We have to assume it's broken down. So the chance of us being able to jerry rig it to drive itself up to the surface
I figured we'd like.
would be
you
minimal.
still have to get someone down there.
Yeah, I get that. And then, can you even open the hatch underwater?
Don't need to. We're just
Well, I was just throwing it as
needing
an
to hook
option,
the
that's
thing
all.
like a fish's mouth and just drag the thing out.
Plus,
of the water.
not to mention, there are still giant creatures down there. So if we were to send a body down there,
Yeah.
Not
we
scared.
still have to
Let's go.
contend.
Does this submarine have a propeller on the back end, or is it using some sort of jet engine
Do
type
Is it
support
thing?
a
lasers
traditional
work
submarine
underwater?
or a futuristic submarine?
Yes,
Traditional.
traditional.
So
So
propeller based.
theoretically, we could create a loop with a giant cord and quite literally fish it out with the ship
That's-
without even going underwater for any one person.
It's take level 6, so technically one generation back
Wouldn't it
from
be
us today.
resting on the bottom? How are you going to get the cord around it without somebody going down?
Is it
there?
rested on the bottom?
I don't think
Well,
it's
the prope-
floating halfway through.
No, but I
The
mean
propeller wouldn't also. That's a good point. Yeah, the propeller wouldn't be touching
It depends. I mean, most if it's tipped slightly, then a propeller would be up. So can our sensors reach down that far to see how? Like, can we get a picture of the submarine? Do we have good enough sensors for that?
Is
have
the
pretty lousy
propeller
sensors, but, I
attached
mean, we
with
could
enough
try.
strength to
-2
carry the
to
whole weight of
ADM.
the sub?
-2.
With water,
Yeah.
you can carry a lot more weight.
But we're looking to get it out of the water.
I don't
That's
know,
what I'm saying.
you
The
have a
minute
pretty
it's coming
stellar
up
sensor
out of the
operator.
water is
True.
my concern.
So
This
I
is
think
not
it would-
stellar work, though.
I would
Planetary
think
work.
this is planetary.
I would think this would be better
But
to
I'm
do
stellar,
like
I'm
2
not interstellar.
attachments, like front and back. Because if
There'd
we
be no way
tried,
to attach on the front, though.
It's full of stars.
why not?
Typically, they're cylindrical, smooth on the outside. There's nothing to attach
Yeah,
to.
I'm talking like 2 bands that go
Oh.
around the whole of it.
Well, okay. I guess if you put it in far enough, then it might not slip. But you always run the risk that it will slip out because the
Well,
front
because
is
you bring it up
conical.
How-
into one go.
Okay, so first of all,
You
Oh, I
attach
see
here
what you're
and
saying,
then
yeah.
connect
Have we
it to
have
the
we
center.
approached the planet? Are we planet setting now?
We are planet site.
We've
yeah.
been playing it.
The star base is actually
on
on
the
the
planet.
planet.
Is on
Okay,
the planet.
yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay. So then, you want to let's just roll a sensor check and see if we can actually see how this thing is sitting.
We gotta travel the 8,000
Yeah,
kilometers.
we
to
got to
there.
get over there.
Well, can we we're not going to know anything until we actually see
Get
what we're
there.
dealing
Do
with.
we
Yeah.
have chains and ropes on board this ship, or do we need to buy them before we leave?
That's another good question.
I'm not sure.
This is the place to buy something if
Yeah.
you want
Yeah.
to
That's what I'm
make
saying.
a
Before
plan
we travel
before
all
you
that
go
way,
there and you don't have what you need.
I mean,
Save
theoretically,
a
we can
little-
come back, but it's just not worth the time
This is
to
more,
do that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. You have to consider.
And if the haul is as good as it's going to be, I mean, even if we only got half the liquor, I mean, that's 150,000 credits is pretty easy to pay for whatever we buy. And we just sold.
Why are
some
you
stuff.
talking like you're planning on selling
I mean, I guess you can take your portion instead. It's not much.
I
But
want to sing the 99 bottles song. Just put them all up
Well,
there.
how many bottles did I end up saying it was?
126,000.
Wow.
126.
we each
6,000
get, what was it, 5% of profits or something like that? So she can
How
have.
far is it northeast?
8,000 kilometers.
You can have 6,000 bottles of alcohol and no money,
it? Deal.
zero money.
Deal.
Sold.
Or you can just go buy alcohol with your.
I mean, it's not
Share
just
the money.
wetsuits, but cold suits as well.
Yeah, that's my big
Yeah.
concern was just the cold.
Imagine a spacesuit would be somewhat sufficient enough.
Very cumbersome, I would think.
Yeah.
for swimming.
Oh, how about go to the research lab that's here apparently and see if they have anything that they don't, research lab don't typically sells things, but
No.
maybe they've been working on something that we could
They work on vehicle design and fuel efficiency.
exactly. So maybe they come up with an underwater
Maybe they
thruster.
could adapt her little dude into like one of those little
Oh,
submersibles.
that's a good point. He would be able to handle the water and the pressure.
This is true.
Yes, but he wouldn't be able to stand wouldn't be able to stand up to much if he got attacked, and he looks humanoid enough that
Not if we made him look non-humanoid. That's what I'm saying. We need an engineer.
Put a rope around or a
Make him look
cord
like a
around
little
him.
I mean,
And just
submersible.
yank him as soon
we
as
can
something
take
comes
him,
at him.
We could take him to the research area and see what they've got, but
How much to turn this thing into a little submersible, dude?
There is a thruster
Make him
pack.
a bubble.
Thruster pack
Make him look
requires
like a
0 G
bubble.
skill level and allows maneuvering in 0 G conditions at normal movement rates. Then of course that's probably for personal use. When characters and objects moving by thruster pack are still subject to laws of motion.
And that's
That's
talking
not
about 0
water,
G.
yeah.
Water is not 0 G technically.
Well, the point is that it makes it, no?
Sounds like that's good in space, not in water.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. It's in space, right? Yeah.
And I never got my answer. Can a support laser work underwater?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean,
What about an emotional
light,
support laser?
I mean, given
light
that
doesn't transmit in water
Life
like
doesn't
that.
find a way.
Light
Light.
daggers it is.
doesn't find a way in water very well.
No.
So how fast do you guys want to get there?
well, first we got to buy stuff, so don't go too fast.
You're okay.
Well, okay, what do we need to roll to have the engineers look at and tell me if they can modify Rob?
Let's see.
And do you want to roll it, or do you want me to roll it, or Rob to
You
roll
can
it?
roll, I guess, liaison
Rick
and
to roll it.
liaison intelligence.
Rick roll it.
Rick roll it. What's the point? Do I need to roll higher than
8.
8? Okay. 8 exactly?
Okay.
There you go.
You see a bald man with goggles on, just kind of working on a welder,
Okay.
welding stuff. What is this? What do you want?
We are attempting to go down into one of the lakes, the big lakes. And I would like to see if my robot here can be turned into a underwater swimming machine.
Oh, an interesting specimen. Please get on the table. On the table.
Rob, on the table. No, Rob, put your body on the table. Do not put things on the table, just yourself. Lay yourself on the... Sorry, he has an intelligence of -5, so...
Oh, I've seen plenty of robots. Oh, this is...
Can we
Alright.
upgrade his intelligence
He
too?
has an intelligence of 5, so it's a negative.
Yeah. It's not
So
negative
basically,
5. It's
yeah, it's
five.
No, I was like
-5.
-5.
Yeah, he takes things very literally. So.
He's as smart as me.
What's that?
Literally.
That's why he got into an arm wrestling match with one.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch your name.
Victor.
Victor, yes. Very wonderful, strong name. All right.
First him on the start now.
I could turn him into a torpedo. It'd be one shot, very fast.
Well, what would be the range on that? How far could he go?
Oh, 100 meters easily.
What would be impact? How hard would he hit? Would it cause damage?
It's probably would, yes.
Okay.
So you can shoot near whatever you're... What are you doing down there exactly?
To be honest,
Lifting something
Checking
out
the
of-
local sea life. We've heard
things
rumors
I don't
of.
really want to be doing.
We've heard
It'd be a
rumors.
very good effective weapon. If you saw a creature down there, you shoot him and he may explode. But...
See, I like
But
Rob. and
we
I'm-
want to collect the creatures.
Are you with me? Are you with me?
Oh yeah.
Shush! Stop talking.
We want to collect the creatures. These monsters.
Is Rob
Oh my
able
God.
to talk, or is he just like, I don't want to explode?
I think he would definitely be, yeah.
Make him sound like RTD2.
And of course Victor understands it. It's like,
Right.
oh, I understand computer
Yeah.
speech. Yes.
I'm sorry, the torpedo idea is,
No go.
it's interesting, but not feasible. We need him to be able to operate underwater. So, do you have a way to augment him to where he can more speedily go down 100 meters, but not as fast as a torpedo?
That
Rubber
depends on how
flippers?
fast you launch the torpedo. You know, however far you're going down, you can calculate the trajectory and make sure he just comes back. You know, he folds transformer thing. You know, he becomes torpedo and then he goes a distance and then pops it back out. Normal. He doesn't have to hit something. I mean, if he does, that's your fault for firing it or something.
That
That's
is
fair.
very, very true.
That's fair.
Um,
Watch where you aim.
yeah. Hang on.
It's a good policy in life. Watch
How,
where you aim.
how much would this cost and how long would it take you to do this?
Oh, probably about 10,000 credits.
Okay. How long do you need?
Oh, about a day.
Okay.
And if you included a pack with him, he could launch back up. It's like one launch down, and if he had a pack, he could do the same thing back up, but just himself. I don't know if you're trying to carry something or what.
Well, definitely we'd want to retrieve him. So if you were taking samples or things like that, we'd want him to be able to be retrieved. Is that another 10,000 credits for a
No,
second?
so
It's
one
included?
trip down
All
back.
right.
Yeah.
All right. 2.
And
Would
don't
this
forget
by
to ask
any
for,
chance maybe like
cord.
strengthen the attachment of his arm? Like,
No, he folds into shape of torpedo, launch down, an extra shot pack, launch it back up. He won't be very good at aiming, so.
But can you guarantee that it will have a end depth of 100 meters? Can you guarantee it?
Yes. Yes, you can. Are you okay, miss?
Okay.
I'm very nervous about my robot.
Okay.
I like Rob.
So he's already got a grab module, right? So
Yeah.
the grab module can fly up to 300 kilometers per hour or 250 meters per action, regardless of mass. It costs 10,000. So basically, you're modifying the grab to be able to work not just in the air or space,
Yeah.
but also in water.
Yes.
The base price is 10,000.
Yeah.
But so you're charging an extra
Well,
10,000.
No, because we already have it, right?
We already have the regular grab model.
Yeah, so he's
making
just
a modified
charging
version.
10,000 to modify it.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Which is like getting a second one, but yeah.
Is it just Stryker and I that are here? at the research area.
He's still on the ship, so I guess unless you two are off
Or
going.
are you guys with us, or are you?
I was bored. I followed you.
Yeah.
I don't know why. That was probably the least helpful person in this
I
exchange.
I don't know why you followed me. I'm really annoyed.
Yeah, I could be on the ship.
So, well, we can't make a decision of this magnitude without first talking to the crew.
Why? It's your robot.
I bet it's 10,000 credits, and I'm not necessarily coughing up 10,000 on my own.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah, so we have to go talk to the crew.
I hate it when you're logical.
It is almost 8 if we want to save it at this point. You have some idea of what to do. If Matt can come back next time, we can have a proper discussion on the matter.
He's gonna love us spending 10,000 on a robot.
Oh, he's gonna absolutely.
For a profit,
and we still need ropes, chains, things
Yeah.
for him to connect to.
Oh yes.
We haven't touched his C4 yet, so
That's
you
true.
know,
That
I
is
think this is
true.
probably a decent
But
place
we
to
will.
start.
we will with
But
his
we will.
present, hopefully.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, I'll say I was there as well then, because I didn't declare it specifically. At 10,000, okay.
We have to vote on it as a crew.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because
Per,
of that
per
value.
the rules that the purser told me.
Okay.
We have to vote on it as a crew.
Fair enough.
So, yep. Okay. Well, then we will.
We
will
could be on the
proceed.
ship, and we'll knock on Matt's, Percy's berth.
Percy,
There,
yeah.
yep,
And-
I gotta wake him up successfully.
Alright.
Yes.
We're doing a roll for that.
I do. Should I
We'll
roll
figure that out when he gets here. That way, if something complication happens, he's here to deal with it.
Excellent. All right.
Until next time.
Until next time, happy gaming. Bye-bye.